Yeah.
So the actual format that I was recording now is that the form is very, very short.
Right.
And we can have a look at that.
Yeah.
And but the form, you can upload maybe just like a photograph. But what we'll do is we'll upload a link
Yes.
to your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So just for the moment, I'll just ask you your name.
Yeah. My name is Dessie Cronin.
And where are you from, Dessie?
I was born and reared here in Ballinskelligs, Ballinskellig in County Kerry, homeland of the Skelligs Rock.
Go away. So born here, bred here, live here.
Yes, 63 years ago.
Go away.
I've lived here all my life, so Ballinskelligs is a really, really beautiful area. At least we think it is, but I think everybody who comes to visit us thinks it is as well. It's basically a holiday destination now because of the for a long time it was a secret location or secret destination. The Ivra Peninsula has stunning scenery, and I suppose the extra little bit in Ballinskelligs is that we have an awful lot of history, folklore and culture. It's a Gaeltacht area, which means it's Irish speaking. So now the amount of families that speak Irish currently is pretty low, but it really is, it's a really beautiful destination. To speak about the area, I suppose I am part of what's called Cuiste for Ballinskelligs, which would be our local development group and care of the elderly. We run a day centre here at the community centre. But one of the first things when I started here, one of the first things we developed a number of walks, and one of those walks is the monks, was called the Monks Trail. Now I would challenge anybody, it's about 2 kilometres long, and the amount of history on that little bit of 2 kilometres I think is truly amazing.
So did you do the research for that then yourself?
Yes, we did it from here as part. I work for Cuiste for Ballinskelligs as kind of a community development officer, I suppose, really is what my title would be. But we did all the research, yeah. And now we interviewed lots of people elderly people who would know the traditions and all that sort of thing. But what you have is the first thing you have is the old church, where the old church was in Ballinskelligs. So that's down on one end of the beach. Then if you walk along 200 metres, you have the cable station, the transatlantic cable station, which was the first transatlantic cable was laid from Falhammer Bay in Village Island.
Is there some of the station left?
There is just 4 dwellings of the station left, but we have many pictures and
that's right down by the pier, is it?
No. This is near Cable O'Leary's,
okay.
Which is a local pub.
Oh, so the cable trail plinths, they're
exactly.
Are they at the spot then where the dwellings were?
Yes, there's a caravan park in a big section of it now, but the 4 houses further on, they are the original houses. But we have lots of old photographs, people playing cricket, games that would be totally not in keeping with Ballinskelligs. But the first cable station went from Valencia, and the second one went from here, from Ballinskelligs Bay to Hartscontin to Newfoundland. And then the third one went from Wathville, which was across the bay. So we said this part of South Kerry is the home of modern communications. So that is, you walk another 300 metres and you have Ballinskelligs Castle. Ballinskelligs Castle traces its origins back to, it was said it was built, it's called a McCarthy tower house, but lots of people don't agree with that. But it was definitely built to protect the bay from pirates and to collect taxes for Her Majesty or His Majesty, whichever one was in power at the time, because we were under British rule. So there's lots and lots of stories about the castle. Move another 300 metres and you come to Ballinskelligs Abbey. Ballinskelligs Abbey is again where it was the land base of the Skelligs monks. I'm pretty sure of that. and it is where the Skelligs monks, when they had to leave the Skelligs in 1210, they came to Ballinskelligs Abbey. It's an Augustinian abbey. They came into Ballinskelligs in 1210, but they think for a long time before that it was actually used as their land base. The current structure was built in the 15th century, but there's the original structure was built long before that. There's lots and lots of stories and associated with Ballinskelligs Abbey, and it was said it was the second most important building in South Kerry in its time. It would be after Ballycarbery Castle, which is over the water near Carseveen. So that's Ballinskelligs Abbey, and if you move along, then you have Ballinskelligs Old, what's called Ballinskelligs Old Pier, and you have the Coast Guard Station. Again, the Coast Guard stations were built in the 1820s, I think, and again, they were built to protect the bay from pirates and to collect money for Her Majesty. Now, the ruins of that cable station or that Coast Guard station still survive, but it was burnt down in 1921 during the War of Independence because it was British occupied at the time. Give me a break.
Now you've made like a lot of videos, haven't you, and all the cultural heritage?
We've done a number of projects, and one of the first projects we did was, I said about the trails, the walks and trails, but one of the first thing, and I have a little fishing boat myself, and I'd be very interested in the sea and old names and that sort of thing. So there are many, what we call cooses. Coos is a little inlet. So there would be many of them all the way from Hogshead in the other side of Ballinskelligs Bay, all the way around to Bolus Head and onto St. Finian's Bay, onto Ducalla. Now, what we did was we got 4 elderly fishermen, and they came in here over, I'd say it was 4 or 5 nights one winter, and we had the whole area mapped out, and we went through the whole section, little section by section, and we named 147 of the inlets have all been named, and they have been recorded onto a website. The website is ballinskelligsremembered.com.
Fantastic.
Now that was a brilliant project, and it really got those people talking, and the names, all the names are in Irish and Gaelic, and lots of them would be interlope with each other. One, Coos na Farlema is one of them, the inlet of the man who jumped, and it is said that in long time ago that somebody jumped from one side of the inlet to the other, which is impossible, but it's in folklore. Nagauna is another one, which is to do with cows and calves. The Kratok is another one. Coast Namona, the coast of the turf. So there are lots of different names. But we recorded that, I suppose.